the light or dark, whatever you choose. Both of them are the same. Mwahahaha. I felt called to share a message, a little update, and things that have been echoing within me very strongly in this past week. So I have been in this reunification process with my authentic self and my authentic path as a result of, this looks weird, this camera, just journaling with my soul. Hello, Joshua. Just journaling with my soul, asking questions, inquiring within, because I was kind of on this journey of like, I'm gonna do this, and then I was like looking for answers outside me, and I realized that I just totally disconnected from my authentic path. And I realized that looking for answers and wanting to learn and wanting to get things done a lot of the time cuts the magic from your unique divine connection to source. So I've been diving deep within, reconnecting to source in my own unique way, and I realized that like it's a pattern for me, but I think it's a pattern for a lot of people, that as we like step into this unity consciousness mode, this like earth that we've been envisioning, like we are one, heaven on earth, let's all hold hands and dance the hora and sing Om Shanti Shanti, and let's do it together, that actually could be stopping the unification process, because our own unique connection to source is so essential for all. So it keeps echoing, like, oneness is not sameness. Like, your path is not the same as anybody else, because you are a unique speck of source, and it is super crucial that you dive within, remembering you have everything you need in every single moment, and no matter what you face, you have that connection to source, and that is the art. How you dance with source is the art. That's the medicine that the world needs. How simple is that? But then it feels lonely when we're in that unknown state and we're not birthed in that reality yet, when we're fully sharing our authentic expression of source. We tend to like hold on to hands and you know, make sure we have a understandable story to tell, or things we've done or things we're doing, and keep that connection. But that connection could be this dis-ease. It could creating dis-ease. Imagine we're all on this ride, and we're all supposed to be we're meant to be sitting in our own individual seat so we can experience our own personal journey. And instead we're like holding hands, but because we're holding hands, we can't take off. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to share, that like oneness does not mean sameness. It does not mean that we have to be all together doing it the same way. It does not mean that any of another person's tips are relevant for us, but still we share from the heart because we can't help it, because that's our authentic expression. And it may mirror for someone in an opposite way. They may discover their own truth as they listen to you, and that turns out to be the gift. So it's like learning to be unconditionally loving, to return to the unconditional love that we are. And unconditional love means love without condition, without expectation. We've been envisioning this new way of living for a long time. We've been calling it in. We've been praying and dancing, and we've all had this calling in our heart, at least whoever will be watching this or is. And so it has to be provided, like it's happening. It's going to happen. It's going to be birthed. But the way it's going to be birthed is if we can tap into that unconditional love that we are, which is love without condition for ourselves, without condition for the circumstance, without condition of receiving something necessarily that we want in return for sharing that love, and thinking things are going to turn out a certain way and them not turning out that way, and still keeping on sharing the love that we are. It's like this practice. It's the inner yoga, you know, is way more valuable than physical yoga a lot of the time. Because the physical yoga, you're doing external things in order to feel something. Internal yoga, all those positions are so you can actually sit with yourself and really feel. And that nobody can do for you, and that nobody has an answer for. And that is that unknown, that it's like we're on this roller coaster ride, okay? And there are those parts of the unknown. Like, that's why it's exciting. But we're so programmed to believe that the unknown is not okay, is not safe. What are you doing? Like when we were children, what are you doing? What have you done today? When did you get up? Did you do your homework? Did you do this? Did you brush your teeth? Like that automatic like addiction to doing, addiction to like only having value if we do, the addiction to having something to share, to share with one another, to be sane, to be familiar, to fit into society, otherwise our lives will be taken. That actually doesn't exist anymore. Like, we're at a time where there's enough like fluffiness for us to land softly, and we can explore this unknown, our unique connection to source. And not only that, it's not only for you, this is for the all. Everybody needs you to do this work. Even if you cannot share it in words, you will be able to share it somehow. But that dance, those emotions that come up in the unknown, you sitting with that and you feeling, oh, and not acting on it and trying to fix it, you being that unconditional love, knowing that we is gonna come, you holding space for that to happen, is what is going to allow us all to meet after that ride or during that ride. Like, and catch a glimpse and you know, look at each other and be like, hey, you're enjoying your ride. But oneness is not sameness. Even if you're a little different, you're totally different. It's like having chocolate with sea salt and without sea salt. It's two totally different experiences. But they're the same, but different. So your unique journey is the greatest medicine. And even if there's no way that you can explain it, and it hurts, and it's lonely, and it's dark, and it's painful, and it's confusing, you being the unconditional loving space to just feel those things, that's the juicy part, because then you won't be afraid of anything once you keep experiencing the we and the evolution that happens just by you being and sitting with these emotions. They're like little children that never had the space to be, and you being that unconditionally loving creator and being like, it's okay, you're gonna get through this, instead of like judging the feelings that come up in the unknown and being like, nope, I'm not going to be experiencing confusion, I'm not going to be experiencing anxiety, I'm not going to be experiencing any pain, I'm not going to be experiencing lack or sadness, I'm not going to be doing any of those because I'm a superhero. Does that look like a superhero, or does that look like somebody who's super afraid to feel? Oh, I like that. Super afraid to feel, right? Or being courageous enough to melt into feeling, to melt into trusting that you can be. We all want to live in this world where we can be who we are and be supported and be valued. But first, we actually need to value our own being and value our own unique dance. We have to be the ones who confirm ourselves. We have to be the ones who say yes and to our own game. Only after we have a full circle of like confirming our own self again and again and being our own lover and having that reconnected, unique connection to source, because we're all one, so we're all like shattered pieces of glass or like different edges of that shiny, beautiful diamond. That's why a diamond is so beautiful, because there's so many edges. Once we reunite with that and we say like, I'm gonna own this shit and I'm gonna feel it, and the unknown, being in the unknown, that's why we're here. Like, that's why the ride is exciting. That's the state we were in when we were children. So we're basically judging an essential part of our natural essence, the unknown. So I invite you to be more you. Thank you for ever watched or is watching. Be you, and be you in the way that you know how. And it takes a lot of letting go and letting die. In every moment, it's like, in order to check who we actually really are and what would it be like to actually move authentically, we need to test it out. We need to be our own lab rat. We need to pay the price and be like, maybe I do want to stay at home. Maybe I actually, even though I thought that doing that thing is great for me, what if I don't go? Ooh, and I didn't go, I'm feeling this. Can I feel this? Oh, what would this lead me to? It's like being curious about this, our own personal rabbit hole. And then that expression of that, wow, I can handle anything. I went through that unknown horror house. It's super empowering from within. And then you know for a fact that you always have everything you need. You have your unique, divine, sacred connection to source. You can't help but be the unconditional love that you are. because you're overflowing with love from yourself and from what you're receiving from your divine guidance system. So it's okay to be in the unknown. And a question I've been playing with people I've been working with who are experiencing a lot of physical issues, which has been super medicinal for me on an emotional level. When I feel that, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? I thought I had it together, but what's that? I just stop. I don't try to breathe. I don't try to meditate. I don't do anything. I just be still and curiously wonder, what if this is the medicine I needed? What if this is the medicine all needed? Was for you to be still and to feel this. To be it. To be the sadness now. I am that. To be the worthlessness for a moment. To experience it. Knowing that you're not that. Knowing it will pass. But to really be with it. It's like all these parts of you that were never allowed to like be expressed. And everybody's invited to the Oneness party. We're not the same, but everybody's invited. The Oneness party includes all, which includes all emotion, all experiences, everything. Nothing is excluded. And you're the first person to step into that holding space for all of that. So, I love you. This could be super fun. And it is super fun. Especially, I like all these faces and hearts. Thank you, love. There's a play shop happening on Saturday that I'll be facilitating, which is an experience to really just me sharing tools that have worked for me along my path that will connect you, hopefully, to your own divine guidance system. So we'll be working a lot with imagination and play, and how we can use imagination and play to transform things in our body, to rewrite our story, to relate to our surrounding differently. And then there's also going to be a lot of theatrical play, physical shifting beyond the label you think you are, vocal expression. So if you feel like somebody's in the need for physical healing, emotional healing, just for this in need of some silliness, come on over. If you come in twos, you get a discount. There will be, I'll add a link to the event, but it's called Imagination Engineering 101 in Nevada City. I love you, and I bless you with you reuniting with your unique, sassy, sexy, sensual connection to source energy, and that you know that you connecting with that and being in that unknown and following your authentic path, even if it means not coming to the play shop. I'm just kidding. But I'm not, and I am at the same time. Woohoo! So, yeah, may you be blessed to know the value of you doing that work. May you be blessed to trust that you are not insane. May you be blessed to know that you always have everything you need and you can have anything you wish. And may you trust that you can handle any feeling, that you can be the lover and the bigger love that contains all. May be blessed to know that you are the way shower into oneness, and that nobody necessarily needs to follow, but everybody will show up. I fucking love you. Reach out if you need to reach out, and connect if you need to connect, or we can connect beyond the physical. Woohoo! Love you. Love to anybody who watched or will watch. And yeah, let's reality play for real.